Sharing the Empire State's History, or The Adventures of Transcripto and History's Minions, is an ILEAD 2015 project developed to look at new ways of providing access to historic items in the New York State Library's special collections. Transcripto is, as you can see, a superhero. History's minions are superheroes too. Men and women around the world who work at jobs as diverse as farmers, teachers, barbers, automobile mechanics, and even librarians, and who, during their off hours, love to read old handwritten documents and figure out what all those scribbles on the paper are saying. Their goal? Sharing New York State's history with the world. What a team. Why do we want to share New York State's history? Because each letter and each diary is like a jigsaw puzzle piece. By itself, a puzzle piece is unique in color and design. Combined with other pieces, it becomes a picture of a house or a farm or a city. A handwritten letter or diary entry is a snapshot of the life of one person at one point in time. With other letters and diaries, it becomes a story, a history of a community or an event in New York State. The State Library has many one-of-a-kind and rare documents. Some, like this $50 reward poster, are easy to read. Others, like this letter, are not so easy to read. This project hopes to make documents like the letter more accessible by calling for volunteers in a crowdsourcing transcription project. We will also provide podcasts of some of the documents. While there is nothing better than holding the real thing in your hands, coming to the State Library in Albany can be expensive and time-consuming. Digitizing and transcribing documents and putting them online will enable people to pursue their research from the comfort of their homes or their local libraries. Let's say you want to research the War of 1812. To see what the State Library has on the War of 1812, or any topic, you could start by searching our online catalogue. One record you might find is entitled Rufus McIntyre Letters, 1813 to 1815. The catalogue record tells you this is a collection of letters written by Rufus McIntyre, a captain who participated in campaigns in northern New York State and Canada, and that they comment on camp life, troop movements, and the political climate of New England, where there was strong anti-war sentiment. A link in the record brings up the finding aid, with a box and folder list, but the images and text of the actual letters are not currently available online. Here are some of the letters Captain McIntyre wrote. While some people consider it fun to decipher handwritten letters, it takes time and patience. If you're not one of those people, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. No, wait, wrong storyline. Rewind. So, who are you going to call? Transcripto and History's Minions. Transcripto searches the shelves of the New York State Library for one-of-a-kind letters, diaries, and other manuscript documents, uses a scanner to make digital images of them, and, with superpowers and technology, puts them on the internet. Once a document or collection of documents has been scanned, the images can be posted online, and a link can be established from the library's catalogue, digital collections, and other related pages. The images could also be put in crowdsourcing software, allowing History's Minions, people interested in the War of 1812, or New York State history, or just transcribing in general, to transform this cursive writing to digital text. After a quality control check, both the scanned image and the transcription would be posted online. Here's an example of a letter written by Robert Fulton and its transcription from a Fulton Steamboat exhibit on the State Library's website. Which would you attempt to read first? Crowdsourcing lets anyone in the world help do transcription work once reserved for scholars and archivists. As we've been investigating crowdsourcing transcription software, we've found a variety of projects using ordinary people to transcribe. National Archives documents ranging from Arctic ship logs to the love letters of Lyndon and Lady Bird Johnson. University of Iowa documents related to the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. and the New York Public Library's collection of over 45,000 restaurant menus. The small collection we've chosen as our pilot project has been transcribed and partially annotated, providing us with a baseline to compare the quality of the transcriptions we receive so that we can make sure that crowdsourcing would work for us. Making collection items like this letter, written by Revolutionary General Philip Schuyler, more accessible will allow researchers to do things like use the letter in a biography or a history, or set the letter in historical context and create a lesson plan. In addition, transcriptions are useful to indexing robots, as well as to blind or visually impaired people who use screen readers. Another thing we'd like to do with some of the transcriptions is use them to create podcasts. Podcasts would be another tool for generating interest in the collections. They could whet someone's appetite to do further research, or enable someone who learns better by listening to have a fuller educational experience. A podcast is similar to a radio show in that it consists of a series of individual episodes. An important difference, though, is that you can listen to a podcast on a digital audio player whenever and wherever you want. Library trivia: the new Oxford American Dictionary chose podcast as its 2005 word of the year over bird flu, Sudoku, and persistent vegetative state. These projects are not just of interest to researchers and teachers and students. Lifelong learning is important to everyone. Research says the little grey cells in your brain need to exercise to stay healthy. So, we invite all you people out there who are bored with computer games, whose fantasy baseball league is under control, and who need something to fill those long hours between supper and sleep, to exercise your little grey cells by joining History's Minions. You won't get paid. There are no prizes to win. You don't get coupons for your favourite restaurant or frequent flyer miles to use for your vacation to Bora Bora. What you do get is a chance to be part of something big: New York State history. This program was brought to you by FOOD, Friends of Old Documents, and apprentice History's Minions, Diane Madrigal, Lynn Webb and Vicky Weiss, with narration by Monica Gray.